this. All right, this what you are looking at is it's actually we started to look at this last week, and we're saying that the powers of 10 to the 0, and from 10 to the 3. No, we call 1 and 0 10, but 1 and 0 is, well, just as it is, 1 and 0. I wonder how that word 10 came in when we started counting. You know, we always started the count as 1, but I always forget that 0, that digit that we are learning from previous lessons, and throughout physics we are taught that, well, 0 is only a significant number in certain situations. All right. And it's funny because, well, if I should write the number 1000, um you would be told that, well, there's only one significant digit there, and that you could guess that one significant digit because there are three zeros, and if I said there's only one significant digit, then it would most likely be the number 1. So all right, fine. However, um so no, let's go. But then if we were to do it this way, let us say we had the same 1000, but this time we did this, and then it's different. uh you will hear that this number has uh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 significant digits. One significant digit for 1000, but 1000.00 for some reason has 6 significant digits. So this is a concept that you know you should know or understand throughout physics, right? So let's just move this. I don't know why everything there. All right. Um, but then that's the story, guys. That's the story. That is a story. So 1000.00 has 6 significant uh digits. All right. Now, looking at this now. All right. So we have 10 to the 0, which has a value of 1. Again, last week I said the best way to look at this is 1 followed by 00. So we have a case where we have a number written like this. This number, let's use a different color to highlight. This number is what we call a base. Okay, this is a base. And then, of course, use another color here. If we just scroll up, I think I wrote this a bit too high. Really, that's stupid, man. All right, this now is gonna be a power, an index, or exponent. So this 0 here. All right, so we're writing the number 10 to the 0. The base is 10. The 0 is the power, the index, or exponent. 3 words meaning the same thing, guys. All right, so I want you to understand this concept here before we continue. Right, this now is a scientific way to write very large numbers because, well, if we want 10 to become 100, you would perhaps multiply. If you want 10, the number 10 to become 100, right? Something must happen to that 10 for it to become 100. And you know, you could go and rant and rave all you want, but the easiest way to turn this 10 into 100 is to multiply it by 10. And if we do that, we're going to end up with 10 times 10, which is going to be 100. Now, check this out. For 10 to become 100, we have to look at the basics here. The number in front of the 0 in 10 is 1. The number in front of 100, or the 2 zeros in 100, is 1. So that's a common thing. So that's what we call. All right, so we're going to be basing this on the 1 and the 0. All right. This 1 has 1 0. So right, that has 10 to the 1. This one has 2 zeros behind it. So right, that has 10 to the 2. All right. And I hope you understand what's happening here. What we did is this. 10 to the 1 times 10 to the 1. And what we're doing here, 10 times 10 is 100. We know that from probably grade 5, grade 6, perhaps. But then, let's say we have 10 and all right. So it's actually be 10 to the 1. This multiplication sign means to add powers, indices, or the other term we use, exponent. So we are learning now that, well, it's the same thing here. It's the same thing as 10 to the 1 plus 1. And that will give you 10 to the 2. All right. So this is a concept here. This is indeed a concept. Point is, in physics or in science, in math, the language is that very large numbers are often written as powers, index, or indices, which is a plural of index, are exponents. And we have 10 that could be scientifically written as 10 to the power of 1, which means 1 followed by 1 0. That's what the power is. It's the power of the 0, or the power of the numbers rather behind, and so the behind the first number. And so that first number is crucial, because that first number, since it was there first, we tend not to trouble it. The numbers that come after it, no, we have to, what we call, augment it. We have to account for it. All right. So it is a case like this. You're looking after number 1. So number 1 is there by itself. But then the zeros, anything that follows that number, they have to be accounted for. So it's called a power, really. So it's the exponent, expo, to show off. That's the word expo, as in the word exponent. Showing off your tail. This one has a tail. Well, 1 tail, 1 0. But this one over here has 2 tails. So 2 tails are 2 zeros. And that's the concept here. Well, So if we should go to the questions that we did, I'm not even here, but it was right here. And this was the homework. This was the activity. And let's bring this up on the screen. We're going to group this. And I'm going to send it over to a new page. And it'll be here. All right. So here we are. Write the following. Write the value of the following powers of 10. Okay. So we have 10 to the 4. All right. That's A. So we have 10 to the 4. Okay. Let's look at it this way. We could do it the long way. We could do it the short way. The value of this is actually 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And then what we're doing here. So multiplying 10 by itself 4 times, so we can get 4 zeros. And they ask for the value. So if we do that, we're going to end up with so this will give us 100. This here will give us 1,000. And then by the time we reach here, we're going to end up with what, 10,000. So, and then that's how you get the 4 zeros. Remember, commas don't mean anything here. This is just a separator. You know, we normally separate numbers, you know, every 3 groups of digits we separate. And that's just how we are trained to write. So this number is 10,000. So 10,000 is the answer. So those who did it would have gotten this for the answer. And of course, we have our 10 to the 5 here. 10 to the 5 would simply be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, and that will give us 100,000. And so we end up with 5 zeros. Again, if we could trace this, it would be 100 and 1,000. All right. Then we're gonna have 10,000 here, and this will end up being 100,000. So again, every 3 digits in you know, in our everyday life, we tend to separate a comma. That happens in checks and so on. So that would be the answer there. All right, 10 to the 6 now would certainly be 1 million. 10 to the 9, 1 billion. 10 to the 12, 1 trillion. All right. So yeah, that's it. All right, so we're gonna leave you with this, guys. Don't want to give you too much information, but I just wanted to be able to understand what's happening here. You should be able to complete C, D, and then next class we'll look at F. How do we deal with negative powers, right? So let's look at that next class. All right, guys. So thanks for being with us today. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place. DJ Row keeping it cool once again. Check it. Hey.